Hey, yo, hey, welcome back. It's your girl Tawana, aka Miss.com, and I had to speed this video up. The video, it took me, I was just watching TV. This video was originally almost a whole hour. So that's why we move in fast speed right now. So I'm diving into my Happy Planner catch all planner. I am using a classic size. Now, if you've been following me, you know I kind of flip flop between layouts. So for the month of October, I decided to add my goals back into my catch all planner because I'm using the dashboard layout. I don't have that extra page between the monthly and the weekly. So that's why I said, let me shop my stash. So I was able to pull out another dashboard layout and just white out the days of the week, and then the top left corner where it just has the abbreviation for the days of the week. I'm pulling out all of the stickers from past, present, and beyond. Because, like I said, we got to shop our stash. And I'm using the original left side page and the new page that I inserted to create my goals for the month. Why did I do this since I have a goals journal? I did this because I want to do more tracking. So it's easier for me to keep it all in one section versus me having to go to my actual goals journal. Not only that, I come to realize that I like the freedom of being able to make my goals journal and the way I track them and the way I set them up flexible for month to month. So it's a big reason why I probably won't use a structured goals journal for next year. This is a great way to use your stash. I would also say that the plus with doing this is you, even if you didn't want to do like a goals section or a tracking section, if you're somebody who struggles with using multiple planners, I think adding in a page to track maybe your fitness, maybe your mood, to set up your meal planning may be easier than creating a completely separate planner for that. I will also say it's one of the reasons why the disbound system has me in a chokehold. There are tons of brands that now sell disbound inserts. You can print your own. So if you're somebody who's like, I don't like the aesthetics of this or I don't like the paper quality, the dismount system gives you all the freedom to do that. That and probably the the rings. The only thing is I like to fold my planner on its side. So it's while I'll either use a spiral or a dismount system for me personally. So this setup makes my planner flow perfectly. So we get the month first, and then we have my 2-page spread with my goals and tracking listed on there. And then we'll move straight into the weekly dashboard layout. I think that that works well for me. Again, you can use these 2 pages and do this whole system and use it for something else. I was so amped to use some of these larger stickers that I had, especially because some of these stickers are probably about a year or two old at this point. So with this spread, you see I'm pulling a lot of boxes out. So we're doing money goals, health and wellness goals, and I guess you can call it mental wellness goals as well. So the top portion of the right page is my fitness. I'm using stickers from, I think all of these stickers are probably more than 2 years old. I definitely want to get some measurements in because I slacked up in October with taking my measurements at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month, just because that whole being on vacation thing kind of threw me off a little bit. But doing this allowed me to create boxes to track a variety of things. So not only am I going to track my leg days, arm days, the days that I'm doing my stretches, the days that I am exercising. The goal is to exercise at least 4 days a week. And then on the weekends to walk in the morning. So that was my jam for a while, was getting up pretty early and walking in the mornings on the weekend. Not so much something I'm sticking to. I'm going to be honest. So this is one way to keep me honest. And it was fun just throwing down the stickers. I still kept space, of course, to write on the lines, but a lot of stuff is going to be written in the boxes, and I don't need to have really long form items to write down, with the exception of the money goals on the left. Now, with the money goals on the left, because this extra 300 that I'm saving is going to a specific account. So I have balance goals for each of my accounts. I am one of those people where I have to separate things. So I have a account for just travel. So I deposit money in there every 2 weeks. If there's anything left over at the end of the month, a portion of that will go there. I have an account for my house mortgage. That account is just for house stuff. And then I have my, if something happens with me, job fund. And then I have a spending account. And then I also have a savings account for long-term savings. So that is I have an IRA outside of my 401k that I do um, contribute to as well. So that's why a lot of my money goals are on the left side. So that way I have enough space to write out, okay, yes, the goal is to save an additional $300. I want to do $100 to my SoFi. I want to do 25 additional dollars every week to my citizen. So I will actually write out the dollar amount and which account is going to and the frequency of that. The other thing is I have several brokerage accounts that I need to wheel in. I need to really get back to looking at them weekly. I used to have the habit of doing it every Wednesday, and then once I slacked up for a couple of weeks, it just completely dropped off to the point where I may only look at my brokerage account once or twice a month. And in this climate, I got to do better. Most definitely have to do better. I am a book lover, and probably I don't want to consider myself a book hoarder, but I have I don't want to say a ton. I have probably about 10, I think it's less than 15, but probably closer to 10 books that I have purchased that I have not read yet. So my goal is to make sure I read at least 3 books before I purchase any other books. And I'm going to take the time to go through the books that I've already purchased to figure out which ones I'm putting on my read list for this month. And then the goal is to get through 5 books. So I figure if I can get through 3 physical books and 2 audiobooks, I can meet my goal. I do listen to the audiobooks when I'm gardening and when I'm walking, so that does help me get through 2 audiobooks pretty quickly. So fingers crossed, let's keep it moving. I am also this month utilizing all of the settings for social media, for my email. I've started seeing like crazy posts and from people I don't follow, from accounts I don't even know what I looked at or read that the algorithm thought I would even be interested in. Because, baby, I'm not. When I tell you I'm not. So I'm making a conscious effort this month to go in not interested, going into the settings and double checking, like, what do you think I like? I will say that YouTube does a great job. Anything that comes up on my main homepage is related to things that I like, things that I've watched. or it's all within that theme. I don't really get too many crazy videos. Now with Instagram, that's a whole nother beast. So this month is really about sticking with all of those things in realignment. And that's probably what the word of the month should be, is realignment, because I'm taking my time to get focused on what's important. And my self care, my mental health, my physical health is what's important to me. So that was the big push for me to take some time and just to be creative and set some goals that weren't big and audacious, but they most definitely were meaningful. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Let me know, are you adding any additional pages to your planner? Is there anything that you think, hey, maybe I don't need a separate planner for this? I might be able to just add an additional page. This most definitely was fun. I use stickers from Happy Planner, Isa Ella Jules. Isa Ella Jules is heavy on this one. Oso Paper, the fitness sticker book that she came out with like 2 years ago when she was still doing stickers. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, the other ones are a lot of the boxes came from Happy Planner. The girls are Isa Ella Jules and Oso Paper. Now, make sure you check both of them out. And thanks for hanging out with me. Peace and blessings to y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, and check out some of these other videos.